হ্যালো স্টুডেন্টস, ওয়েলকাম টু মাই চ্যানেল। আজ আমরা ক্লাস 12 সেমিস্টার 3 2025 রেয়ান মার্টিন এইচএস কোশ্চেন ব্যাংক ইংলিশ এখান থেকে ন্যারেশন চেঞ্জের সলিউশন নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। এটা দ্বিতীয় ভিডিও ন্যারেশন চেঞ্জের। এখানে আমরা পেজ 166 থেকে 168 166 থেকে 168 পর্যন্ত ন্যারেশন চেঞ্জগুলোর সমাধান করার চেষ্টা করব। তোমরা যেহেতু ক্লাস 12-এ পড়ছো এবং ন্যারেশন সম্পর্কে বেশ ধারণা থাকা তোমাদের উচিত, তো সেই জন্যই শুধুমাত্র অ্যান্সারটুকুই কিন্তু এখানে ডিসকাশন করে দেওয়া হবে এবং অ্যান্সারগুলো সব সঠিক আছে, চিন্তা করার কোনো কারণ নেই। 33 I wondered what happens in Deoli behind the station walls, said the narrator. 33 C হচ্ছে কারেক্ট অ্যান্সার। দ্য ন্যারেটর said that he had wondered what happened in Deoli behind the station walls. 34 I will never break my journey there, says he. 34 C হচ্ছে কারেক্ট অ্যান্সার। He said that he will never break his journey there. 35 he said it may spoil my game. 35 correct answer হচ্ছে D. He said that it might spoil his game. 36 he said that he preferred to keep hoping and dreaming and waiting for the girl with the basket. C হবে correct answer. He said I preferred to keep hoping and dreaming and waiting for the girl with the basket. এবার রয়েছে স্ট্রং রুটস থেকে। প্রথম যেটা রয়েছে 37, দ্য ন্যারেটর মেনশন দ্যাট হি ওয়াজ বর্ন ইন্টু এ মিডিল ক্লাস তামিল ফ্যামিলি ইন দ্য আইল্যান্ড টাউন অফ রামেশ্বরম ইন দ্য রেস্টওয়েল মাদ্রাজ স্টেট। 37 এ হচ্ছে কারেক্ট অ্যান্সার। আই ওয়াজ বর্ন ইন্টু এ মিডিল ক্লাস তামিল ফ্যামিলি ইন দ্য আইল্যান্ড টাউন অফ রামেশ্বরম ইন দ্য রেস্টওয়েল মাদ্রাজ স্টেট, সেড দ্য ন্যারেটর। 38 মাই ফাদার হ্যাড অ্যান আইডিয়াল হেল্পমেট ইন মাই মাদার আশিয়াম্মা, দ্য ন্যারেটর সেড। 38 এ হচ্ছে কারেক্ট অ্যান্সার। দ্য ন্যারেটর সেড দ্যাট his father had an ideal helpmate in his mother Ashiamma. 39 I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, Kalam said. 39 B হচ্ছে correct answer. Kalam said that he did not recall the exact number of people she had fed every day. Number 40 my parents were widely regarded as an ideal couple, he said. 40 C হচ্ছে correct answer. He said that his parents had been widely regarded as an ideal couple. 41 Kalam mentioned that his mother's lineage was the more distinguished, one of her forebears having been bestowed the title of Bahadur by the British. 41 A হচ্ছে correct answer. Kalam said my mother's lineage was the more distinguished, one of her forebears having been bestowed the title of Bahadur by the British. Number 42 I was one of many children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents, said the narrator. 42 B হবে correct answer. The narrator admitted that he was one of many children and described himself as a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. Next 43, the narrator wrote it was a fairly large pukka house made of limestone and brick on the mosque street in Rameshwaram. 43 C হচ্ছে correct answer. The narrator wrote that it was a fairly large pukka house made of limestone and brick on the mosque street in Rameshwaram. 44 I normally ate with my mother. Sitting on the floor of the kitchen, he said. He said that 44A হচ্ছে correct answer. He said that he had normally eaten with his mother sitting on the floor of the kitchen. 45 The Shiva temple which made Rameshwaram so famous to pilgrims was about a 10-minute walk from our house, said Kalam. 45D হচ্ছে correct answer. Kalam said that the Shiva temple which had made Rameshwaram so famous to pilgrims was about a 10-minute walk from their house. 46 Kalam said there was a very old mosque in our locality where my father would take me for evening prayers. 46 এর A হলো correct answer. Kalam said that there was a very old mosque in their locality where his father would take him for evening prayers. Next 47 father smiled and asked them to thank Allah, the merciful. 47 B হলো correct answer. Father smiled and told them thank Allah, the merciful. 48 I asked my father what was the relevance of prayer. C হচ্ছে correct answer. I said to my father what is the relevance of prayer. 49 my father told me that there was nothing mysterious about prayer. So B হচ্ছে correct answer. My father said to me there is nothing mysterious about prayers. 50 when you pray, he said, you transcend your body and become a part of the cosmos. 50D হচ্ছে correct answer. He said that When one prays, one transcends their body and becomes a part of the cosmos. 51. So why be afraid of difficulties, suffering and problems, said father. 51B হচ্ছে correct answer. Father asked why one should be afraid of difficulties, suffering and problems. 52. He said when troubles come, try to understand the relevance of your sufferings. 52A হচ্ছে correct answer. He advised that we should try to understand the relevance of our sufferings when troubles come. 53. My father told me adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. 53C হলো correct answer. My father told me that adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. Next হলো 54. Why don't you say this to the people who come to you for help and advice? I asked my father. So 54A হলো correct answer. I asked my father why he did not say that to the people who came to him for help and advice. 55. Whenever human beings find themselves alone, as a natural reaction, they start looking for company, the narrator's father said. 55B হলো correct answer. The narrator's father said that whenever human beings find themselves alone, they start looking for company as a natural reaction. 56. Father said to Kalam, whenever they are in trouble, they look for someone to help them. 56 এর B হলো correct answer. Father said to Kalam that whenever they are in trouble, they look for someone to help them. 57. He said every recurrent anguish, longing and desire finds its own special helper. 57D হলো correct answer. He said that every recurrent anguish, longing and desire finds its own special helper. 58. He said this is not a correct approach at all and should never be followed. B holo correct answer. He said that that was not a correct approach at all and should never be followed. 59. I have throughout my life tried to emulate my father in my own world of science and technology, the narrator said. 59C holo correct answer. The narrator said that he had throughout his life tried to emulate his father in his own world of science and technology. Number 60 হলো Kalam said, I feel convinced that there exists a divine power that can lift one up from confusion, misery and melancholy and failure. 60A হচ্ছে correct answer. Kalam said that he felt convinced that there exists a divine power that could lift one up from confusion, misery and melancholy and failure. Next হচ্ছে গল্প রয়েছে bet. 61 হচ্ছে some of them said that death penalty ought to be replaced everywhere by imprisonment for life. A হলো correct answer. Some of them said death penalty ought to be replaced everywhere by imprisonment for life. Next হচ্ছে 62. I don't agree with you, said the host. Correct answer হলো C. The host said that he did not agree with them. Number 63. The old banker said the death penalty is more moral or more human than imprisonment of life. Correct answer হলো A. The old banker said that the death penalty was more moral and more human than imprisonment for life. তো এই ছিল এই পর্বের সমাধান। ধন্যবাদ সকলকে সঙ্গে থাকার জন্য। দেখা হচ্ছে পরের ভিডিওতে।